What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ryan G, and I'm back again with another video, and I have a guest.
Tiana.
Alright, so today, right, y'all be talking about, like, how I need to have a female perspective on the channel. I always gotta be, talking about it, talk about all the topics from a different perspective. So now I actually have a, female, right, in this video, in which we're gonna be talking about a variety of things like, dating apps and, attraction overall. So the first thing we are going to be talking about, before I get into it, I want you all to make sure that you guys are scrolling through my channel and see all my videos that I post. I post on a weekly basis, man. And I want you guys to really, take the time out to see some of the topics that I talk about, because it can be very beneficial to y'all, especially in your lifestyle, when it comes down to you going out there and being the best version of yourself. So make sure that you guys scroll through all my videos on my YouTube channel, because I do post weekly, at least 3 times a week. But yeah, getting back to the topic, we're first going to be talking about, what makes a man attractive, right? Like, what exactly allows you to just just get all, that butterfly feeling, and that still, that feeling that you like, damn, that's the dude that I want to go to bed with, you know what I'm saying? So explain to me, like, what is the first couple things you look for in a guy when you first meet him?
So when I first meet a guy, I like to see, confident first. Confidence is the very first thing. Because if you're not confident, then if you're too shy, I like shy. Don't get me wrong, I do like shy guy. But if you're too shy, you give off like you're sorry type of guy. Something like that. You know what I'm saying?
So when you say shy, so is it okay for the guy to just be quiet right through? Like, what do you mean by shy? Like,
okay, when I say shy, what do you mean? They're too shy? If you're too shy, that means you're not talking back, you're not giving me eye contact, you're not, it feels like I'm by myself, basically. Mm-hmm. Even though he's standing there.
Yeah, I feel you.
But when he's a little bit shy, which is a good thing, mm-hmm. He's letting me talk. He's he's just I don't know how to put it exactly. It's when he's basically when he's letting me talk, letting me
mm-hmm.
be me,
mm-hmm.
holding back some of his confidence or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm.
Well, I agree to some extent. It's always important for a guy to be confident, though. You know what I'm saying? I tell guys all the time, especially for you guys that always listen to my videos, that men, the first thing that you guys really got to work on is boosting that confidence, that self-esteem. So that's number one, right? Because once you're able to demonstrate to whoever you're dating that you're confident, that's, that could take you far. You never know, you might actually, be able to get things going on even on the first date, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, you never know where that confidence might lead you on that first date. But as far as the shyness, though, it's you don't want to be too shy. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, what I always say is that you are supposed to be the guy that's kind of leading, and you're demonstrating to the whoever you're dealing with that you know exactly what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to act like you don't know what you're doing, and you never been in a situation before, because most women actually want a guy who's experienced, right? A guy that kind of knows exactly what he's doing on a date, and he shows that by confidence, but also he shows that when he's not too shy.
So like I said, you don't want to be too confident, though, because if you're too confident and you take the date and we don't get no say in it, then we're like, what the heck?
You can say it.
We're like, what the heck? He's like, it feels like I'm a child, It's we're following what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want that. Who wants that? Nobody. So if you listen to him and you be too confident and you make everything up and you set the date and you set the time and everything. Okay, if it's a surprise, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if it happens every single time,
mm-hmm.
I think she's going to run off because she feels controlled or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to control every part of the moment.
Yeah. So I guess in other words, it's important to not be too cocky, I guess, right? You don't want to act like you're bragging. So I think you got to know the borderline between having confidence and bragging all the time. Because there's dudes out here that it's they want you to know that they make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? They're driving a nice car. all that type of shit. I think that's overdoing it, you know. You have to make everything kind of flow naturally, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so as far as, you know, what makes a woman attractive to me, now, you know, you already answered and you already gave your input.
Gave one part of what makes a guy attractive.
So what else then? What else then? All right, before we get into it then, before we get into this next part then, what else makes a guy attractive?
Was confidence. That's the only thing I said was confidence.
Mm-hmm.
That's not all you need. I mean, of course, looks kind of matter. I mean, girls have different types.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like cute guys, but I also like ugly guys too, which is what my friends call them, ugly guys. But that's what I'm attracted to for some reason, you know. But so it depends on how you look. For some girls, it depends on how built you are. Some girls like skinny, some girls like, and it depends on, you know, your actions, how you approach. Your approach is very, very important. How you approach them, and if you can keep a conversation and stuff like that.
Well, I do want to say that looks do matter to a certain extent, but I want to add on to it, like, guys, you got to have game. You know what I'm saying? You got to actually know, you know, how to talk, how to approach. Exactly. That's part of game too as well. So, like, game is just basically like a strategy in order to get what you want. So in a situation of, like, you know, dealing with a woman and trying to date a woman and potentially trying to have the girl as your girlfriend, so on, whatever, right? You got to have a strategy as far as how you're going to approach her and how you're going to talk to her and how you're going to maintain the relationship. Because once you guys start talking and start dating, it's like, I do feel like there's a certain level of game that guys have to have in order to maintain it. You know what I'm saying? To keep the relationship still going. The energy got to be still there. Because, you know that very first energy when you first meet the guy, the very first time you meet the guy, you want to keep that same type of energy right through on, you know, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5. I know it sounds kind of challenging, but that's what keeps it's exhausting, but I mean, it's like, that's the reason why a lot of relationships and a lot of interactions do fall off over time, even after like 2 months, because sometimes most of the time it's the guy's fault. I ain't gonna say sometimes. Most of the time it is the guy's fault though, because I want to say that there's something that the guy did to kind of fuck up what was going on, like the energy or the vibe between him and the chick. Because there's a lot of guys out here that will blame chicks saying, oh, she's not good, she did this, she did that. But it's like, you have to do things to allow the chick to respect you. You know what I'm saying? And once there's disrespect, it's like, you know, so that's just the way I see it though. It's like on that end, it's just like guys have to really make sure that they are, you know, changing up the game, like with whoever they're dealing with. Like, make sure that you're doing different things. Keep it entertaining throughout the process.
It's just like, okay, so I think what you're saying is very exhausting, because when you first meet a person, you're supposed to be super excited to meet them. Like, you're with the person that might be the person of your dreams. You don't know that yet, but
yeah,
they might be. Or whatever. You keep excited. If you keep that excited all for months and months, the girl's gonna expect it to always be there.
Yeah, but what I mean by like keeping exciting, you don't gotta spend money. I'm just saying, just keep doing different things. It doesn't have to necessarily require money. So how is that exhausting? You could just simply just like, you know, just say, hey, we can have a picnic one day. You know, some weekend we have a picnic, right? Another weekend we might just, you know, catch a movie at either your place or somebody else's place. What, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're not saying every day though.
No, not every day. Not every day.
Or every week.
Not every week you all got to do something. I'm saying, like, just when you guys do come together, you know, because I mean, I'm assuming that both people have lives, you know what I'm saying? You all got to work and whatever it is. But I'm saying when you guys come together, it's like you guys can just figure out doing even the simplest things, like, you know, playing board games, having a game night. Pretty sure you can relate to that. But it's like, just do it. That's not exhausting at all, because what makes it exhausting is when y'all are doing it back to back.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Oh, I see. But I'm talking about if you all only meet like on weekends, or, you know what I'm saying, like switch it up. You don't want to do the same thing every weekend. What is one last thing that make a guy attracted to you?
Motivation. If a guy does not have motivation, girls be like, what is you doing with your life? Because even if you're like, even if right now you're still living with your parents and you're in school or whatever, as long as you're trying, that's all that counts. If we see that you're trying, that is what counts. Like, you're going to school, you're trying by going to school, or you're working on building yourself up with your job and trying to get higher in it, or anything that, to me, that's actually number one. Motivation is number one, 100%. Even more than confidence and stuff.
A lot of chicks will say, like, you know, they like when a guy is trying, right? You know what I'm saying? He's showing that he's trying to get his life together, but like, how long are you willing to wait for the guy to get his life together? Because you know what I'm saying? Like, he might not ever, you know, get his life together. He might not ever like get to that level, but you're hoping that he will. And I'm just like, just be upfront. Like, it's better to be with a guy who he's really at that level. Like, he knows what he wants and he finally capitalized on the shit that he wants to do.
I feel like as long as the guy who is, you know, working to get their life together includes the girl to helping him get his life together, it don't matter how long it'll take, because he's like including her. So if he gets to the point he wants to get to, or whatever, she would feel like that she helped him. Even if she only helped him with the parts he wanted her to help with. She don't know that. You get what I'm saying? As long as we feel like we're a part of it and life is great, we're going on our dates and stuff, I think if they'll wait as long as it takes. As long as life isn't too poverty. Is that the word for it?
So let's go into like what, you know, I would say, you know, makes a woman attractive. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I can't speak for every man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make it seem like, you know, whatever I say goes for every guy. You know, every guy looks for something different. So the first thing is really that I would say that submissiveness. You know what I'm saying? But you see, a lot of women don't like that word, submissive, because it sounds like, you know, you're trying to control everything, or you're being controlling. But what I really mean by submissive, I'm not saying that the guy's gonna, you know, demand you to do this and tell you to do this and tell you. What I mean is just someone who's not, you know, overly like combative, right? They're not always like arguing with you all the time, but someone that's like, you know, there to kind of just, you know, kind of like support you and just play that like that caring role, you know, like they're there to kind of just kind of make you feel good as a man. Another thing that's you know, important is when, you know, you're with a chick that kind of, you know, understands, you know, who you are as a person. Like, she's willing to kind of ride with you, like, depending on how do I put it? So it's important that you find a chick that respects you and is with you for who you are as a person, right? If that makes sense. Because the thing is, like, a lot of guys will kind of like act like they're somebody else and, you know, put on this little fake persona just to be able to impress the chick that they're with. But I mean, that's gonna kill the relationship, because it's only so long you can, you know, keep on that little mask that you have on, acting like another man or acting like somebody else. So it's good when you're with someone who likes you for who you are. Now, you might be a guy who's a gamer, you know what I'm saying? She probably like guys who are, you know, who likes the game. Or you might be a guy that likes to work out. She might like guys who, you know what I'm saying, likes to work out, whatever it is. So it's very important to be with a chick who is willing to kind of like do things with you and respect you for the type of lifestyle that you have. So.
Okay, so for the submissive thing, I have
yeah, of course.
So does this submissive thing that you're talking about, that means we have to cook, we have to clean, we have to do all this, plus go to work, plus take care of you? Is that what you mean by having a happy home when you get home?
It's like, well, as far as like, when I say like cooking and cleaning, all, it's like there's certain roles that each gender is supposed to play. Like, a male and a female got to play a certain gender role. And I think right now in society, we see that multiple times in a relationship, the gender roles are switched. And I think that's the problem right now. It's like gender roles are switched. When you look back, way back in the day, women are, you know, they stick to a certain type of role. Men do a certain type of roles. Like the guy's there to, you know, provide for family, protect the family if something had to happen. Like, you know, if someone breaks in the house or whatever, you play that masculine role, that dominant role. You fix things around the house, things like that. And then women, you know, they normally, you know, care for the children. You know, most of the time women will cook. I'm not saying men are not supposed to cook, but I'm just saying, like, women throughout history, if you look back, it's like women are in those roles in which they actually are the ones to, you know, cook and provide for the family. So
you're saying you like the past women. That's what you want. A woman.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with women
so
that
you want your woman to work.
I mean, of course, I want my woman to work. So you know, she can still pursue. She could pursue her goals and whatever. But I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, when she's in the household, she got to maintain that feminine role. She has to play that role where, you know what I'm saying, you can see the difference between a man and a woman in the household. Like, she still has to every now and then kind of do things, you know, for her man. And I'm saying the man can do the same thing as well, but she still has to play that feminine role, which is every now and then cooking, right? You know, cleaning, whatever. Now the man, he has to do other things to reciprocate things back. You know, it can't just be one person doing everything in the relationship. Definitely don't. You know, I'm not trying to make it seem like, you know, that's what it needs to be. Women gotta do everything. But I'm just saying that men are willing to stick around with a woman who she plays the role where she's doing different things around the house, and she's, you know, playing. That's what I mean by submissive. Like, she's actually doing things to nurture and care for him, and in result, he's doing what he needs to do as a man,
which is nurture and care for her, right?
He shows his love in a different way. You know, men show love differently from women. You know what I'm saying? That's like dedicating his time. It's funny because the other day we had this conversation, and I said, like, time is so important. That, like, literally, like, the time that a guy spend with whoever he's dealing with, that's a valuable asset, because he could be doing something else.
The girl can do the same thing, right? We could be doing something else.
I just feel like, though, that I hate saying I feel like, you know, I don't like to use the phrase I feel like, you know, I know that a lot of women will, I'm gonna give you an example. A lot of women will actually go on dates with guys that they know for sure they're not sexually attracted to. Like, they will just go on a date and just to, you know, just to talk and kind of like buy time a little bit, you know, get a free meal. They'll you know, they'll do it, but they have no intentions of really, you know, taking another level with the guy. They don't want to, like, make the relationship serious.
Guys that go on a date just for sex. Like, they don't want nothing to do with the girl. They don't want to do nothing for the girl. They want to work on their kitchen and stuff, like you saying. They just want to get in their pants and leave. So ain't that the same thing?
No.
So they're doing all that just to have sex with us and leave.
The only reason why I mentioned that example is because I'm just saying, like, it seems to me that women are more likely to kind of throw away their time to do that, knowing that they're not really gonna, they're not really fetching for anything. Like, you know, there's no end goal in the interaction.
For the guy either that wants to just have sex. It's just like, okay, it's just for a guy, sex. For a girl, it's free food. That's the same thing. We get free food out of it. You guys get inside the pennies.
Sometimes we don't get inside the pennies. So I'm trying to tell you, like, we don't get.
Sometimes we don't get
it's like,
free food.
What I'm seeing, especially in a lot of, I would say, urban areas, like, really, you know, I would say, like, you know, them highly developed areas, them cities and all that, you know, Miami, whatever they call Miami, Sim City. Dudes are willing to. They do all these things for the chick because they let's be straight up. They want to get in the panties. You know what I'm saying? They want some. So it's like, there are times where they do all that and they still don't get nothing in result. But I'm saying, like, why would the chick allow the guy to do all that type of shit knowing that she's not really attracted to him? So I'm saying, like, I'm trying to use an example relating to how a lot of women out here will be wasting time. Like, I'm talking about time on the clock. You know, spending time with guys that they don't really see in any type of way.
It's a free date.
Yeah, but I mean, why? But why though?
We gotta eat, don't we? I mean, we're not wasting time to eat. And we have a friend to eat with, right?
Oh my god.
Somebody to talk to while we eat. We ain't gotta go by ourselves. It's the same thing.
All right, y'all can definitely you know, add in the comment section what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we open to any we open to any perspective, man, any viewpoint. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has a voice on this platform. We're gonna go on to a last little thing that we could be talking about. We're gonna be talking about dating apps, and like, do you feel like dating apps is like a healthy way of meeting somebody? You know what I'm saying? Do you like think that, you know, dating apps is kind of the best way to find a future soulmate, or I would say a partner?
I mean,
like, we talking about Tinder and all that type of shit.
I know what you're talking about. I mean, it could happen. You never know. That's what I got to say. It's anything. It's dating apps are just like going out in the real world. You never know what people's intentions are when you're doing it. I mean, some people say what their intentions are on their bio, so you don't have to guess. Just like when you go to a bar, some guys will be like, all I want is independence. They would literally say that. So it's like the same thing. It's the same thing. So
when you're on a dating app, do you look at the picture first, or you go straight to the guy's bio? Like, I'm curious because, and be straight, please do not cap, do not cap, because a lot of chicks will say they go straight to the bio and read the whole information and all. What do you do first? I'm saying first.
You have to look at the picture first, because that's what pops up.
No, you don't have to. You don't really have to.
That's what pops up on your phone.
Earlier, you said something about like looks don't really matter that much. It's about personality.
That's not what I said.
You did. You said something about like looks ain't really. It's not everything. Not in those exact words, but you were saying like it ain't all that.
I like because my friend said it said looks does matter. Because girls like different types of guys. Like I like really cute guys, or my friends call them ugly, but I don't think so. And then my sister like bigger guys, and you know, looks does matter. So you think you should look at the pictures first before the bio? Like, do you think personally I feel like, yeah. Well, I feel like, okay, so if you look at the picture first. And pictures can be deceiving. Okay, so I was on a dating app before, and there's this guy who, oh my god. Okay, so in every single picture, he had a Bible in his hand, right? So he had the Bible in his hand. I only had the dating app for one day, so he had the Bible in his hand and everything. So I was like, I texted him, and he was like really handsome or whatever. He was like really cute. I texted him. I said, how are you? Because the girl on the app I was on, the girl had to text first. And he was like, I said, hi, how are you? And he was like, hi, I'm blessed. So you really think he's into God and a holy type of guy. I went and saw him that same night because he got me to do it. And the first thing he tried to do was get in my panties. So looks can be deceiving, 100%. Even if you look at the pictures. So I look at both. And in his bio, he was saying how he's this holy man. But I don't have my
So I do believe that, you know, most women, of course, do look at pictures first. Yeah. But it's just like, it's crazy how, you know, it just society make it seem like, you know, everyone's looking at the bios and the personality, you know. But in reality, when you're on these dating apps, you're looking at looks. You're looking at the pictures, yeah. That's the first that's the first thing.
Interesting, then you go to the
yeah. So it's kind of really a disadvantage for a lot of men though, because like some men can't really take great quality pictures. So if you it's just straight up, there's a lot of dudes, it's the average dudes that just don't know how to take certain pictures to really, you know, allow themselves to glow and have a nice angle and things like that. So it's like it's kind of like most guys are at a disadvantage, you know.
See, that's not what I look for when I look at the pictures, though.
You don't look at if the guy is charming, if he's handsome.
If they're like shiny or whatever. Oh my God. That's not what I look at. Okay, so when I look at a picture, I look at the surroundings and stuff. Like I said, he was holding the Bible and stuff. And I looked at how cleaned up they are. Like if he got a nice cut and stuff in the front. Because I do know some people don't have expensive phones and cameras and stuff. So some girls, I will just look at the picture and look for the glow or whatever. But I didn't. I look at the type of female I am. I look at the surroundings, like their background, and I look at if they're like clean cut and stuff, and if I'm attracted to that person, of course, like the way their body is. They don't have to be like super buff or super, you know.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's what I look at when I look at the picture. It don't have to be a shiny picture, because I don't even take that great of pictures.
I always say though to guys is that you can use dating apps, right, as a way to go out there and meet women, of course. But just make it one of the ways you use to try and find a chick that you want to date. Don't just make it be your life, just sitting home, swiping right, swiping left. You know what I'm saying? Because you might not even get a match until like about a week or 2 weeks after. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is, a lot of women don't understand the reality from the men's side. Like, it don't matter how good looking you are, it can take some time to get some matches. Or even if we do get a match, the chick is less likely to respond first or like send you that shit first. I know Bumble has a thing where women are the ones to send a message first, right? They have to send it first in order for you all to have like a little dialogue or anything going on. But like Tinder and BLK and all that type of shit, like BLK, all those apps, most apps, is like,
what's BLK?
BLK is like Black People Meet.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't
You do know? You don't know that app? You don't know that app? Yeah, yo, like,
I don't know any apps really.
it's kind of like the black version of Tinder. The black version of Tinder. So that's another popular dating app for most black people. You know, so you can find a lot of younger men and women on that app as well. But it's like, what I'm saying is, don't just limit yourself to the dating app. And I tell you guys all the time, you know, because mostly men that do listen and follow me on my YouTube channel. But you should not only rely on a dating app to get with women. You know, you got to go outside, be normal, socialize, right? Get the hell out of your house, you know what I'm saying? Interact with women on a daily basis, even if you don't have no intentions on dating, whatever. Still practice socializing and talking to women, even at work, because it's gonna help once you do see a chick out there that you might potentially like. But what do you think? What's your final thoughts? Because I personally, I don't want this video to be too long. You know, guys. You know, I normally do like short and concise videos and whatever. But what do you think? What do you think?
My personal thoughts.
Yeah.
To conclude my part of this video, I would say just. Sorry.
You good? You good?
I would say just be yourself.
And
practice is what I would say.
Practice what?
With talking to women. I mean, to be honest, if I were you, if I was a dude, I would go up to someone I know I could talk to, somebody I don't find attractive at all, and try to hit on it.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly,
like
exactly.
Just to practice, and you know, to get a reaction. I mean, you might even start liking that ugly person. I'm just saying, but just to practice and see how everything goes, and to see that it won't kill you to talk to a female.